In this video, you will learn how to create automatic list of figures and list of tables, just like this, as you can see on your screen here. For instance, if you click, you'll be able to navigate from the navigation pane here, as I said earlier. And when you click on the list of figure, you can also navigate. Like if you hold down the control button and click on any of this, it will take you right to where the figure is. If you come back here, you can go back to the list of tables and maybe just... So in this video, this is what you are going to learn. How do you create such a thing like this? So let's dive into it straight away. And queuing from the first video that we have created, we'll use this further video to create that kind of list of figures and list of tables so that they are professionally looking and they are also navigable as well. Basically, if it's a PDF file, by the time you click on it, it will move around. So at this point, I've already inserted some tables that you can see here, and you also see some images that I've already inserted. But you know there are many, and how do you number them properly according to their chapters and according to their numbers? For instance, this image you are seeing right here is this table you are seeing here is table 3.3 in table 3.3. That is the third table in chapter 3. That is the essence of this nomenclature. But how do you get them all correct like this? And this is figure 3. That is figure 3.4. This is the fourth figure in chapter 3. How do we get the nomenclature correct like this? You are writing your thesis of 50,000 words, of 80,000 words, lot of images in every chapter. How are you going to make sure that they are numbered correctly? And when referring to it, you can do cross-referencing so that people click and it goes there. That is what I'm going to do in this case. So I will still insert one image and show you how to insert the caption, and then I'll also insert one more table and also show you how to insert. So let's say there's an image here. I'm just going to go to insert. I will insert some pictures, some stock images online basically. So I will select one from this image. Let me come down and see. Okay, yeah, so let's select this image. I will insert. So this is the image that I want to insert here. It's looking too big, I can resize it. Then I'm going to give it a caption. I will right click on it. One of the easiest way to do is to right click on it and then click insert caption. Or if I don't want to use that method, I can click on references and and then come here. Right under here you see there is in the ribbon here you see insert caption. So I will click on insert caption, the same result that I got before. So it's saying equation 3.1. so I need to change the selection because this is an equation, so I will change this to figure here. You can notice that it's now figure 3.5 because there are already figures on this chapter, and there is already, and it said the caption should appear below the selected image. If I change it to table, which we will try in a moment, it said above selection. So you can see that it's always automatic. For table, the captions are above the table. For figures, the captions are below the tables, below the figures. And for equation, it's above the equation as well. So I'm demonstrating for the three of them. But now let's go back to figures. Since this is a figure, and then you click here, I would normally use colon, and then I will type in the caption. So let me just say an online image. Yeah, maybe that should be fine. An online image. Yeah, so this is my caption. I will click OK. You see how it appears here. This is the caption. We can also format this, but I will do the formatting for all the caption in a moment. Now let's go down and then insert a table, maybe in between here. I'm just going to insert another table here. Now keep your eye here. This table is table 4.1, but I want to insert another table in chapter 4. Just look what will happen here. So I'm just going to come here, insert a table. It's too big a table, yeah, because I want this caption to remain. So let me just use this. I will select the table here. After selecting the table, I just want to change the design to something that I like. Maybe this. Don't worry if you don't like it. Yeah, okay, let's change it. Maybe you don't like that. So I'm just going to use this table here now. It's still a table, by the way. It's not looking like a table, but it's okay. I will select the table, and then use that, and then I will right click on that. So again, I will right click and then come down and choose insert caption. I could also go to references and then choose insert caption from there, but I'm using this method now. I will enter the column and I will say the caption of the table. So this table shows the analysis of the result, whatever. So I'm just going to say an empty table here, an empty table, because it contains nothing. Then I will click OK. You see, so it's not table. See the error here. It is a fig. It's a table, but it's limited as figure because I made a mistake. So I will go back one more time. Let me copy this out, and then I will go back, remove the caption completely, then come back here again, right click, and I will say insert caption. I remember that I need to change figure to table. Now I've done that, so I will now click and then type in my caption an empty table. This should now appear above the selected item, which is a table. Now you see here is figure 4, table 4.1, and the one that was 4.1 here automatically changes to 4.2. That is the importance of using this automatic table captioning. Now we've done for table, we have done for figures. Let's do for equation as well. So let's say you have lots of equations. Maybe you are doing a technical research, a computational one. You have used a lot of equations, a lot of derivatives, and you want to make sure that you name your equations properly. One way to do that is using caption. So I'm just going to come here and say insert an equation. I will come here. Just choose any random equation here. Don't worry if you don't understand what this equation is all about. Then I will click here and I will say click on references, insert caption. Then I will do this. So it's on table. Remember, we need to change this to equation. This equation that will change it to equation. So it's equation 4.1 being the first equation in this chapter. So I will click that and then I type let's say this one is a sample equation. We don't know what the equation is about. That's why I say you should not worry what the equation is doing. Yes, then I will click first of all I will click OK. Good. So that is the caption for this equation. Now everything is looking fine and good. So when I was creating it last time, I said this should be the list of figures. So I'm just going to change it to list of figures, and then list of figures. Sorry, I should have deleted it. List of figures and list of tables. Yeah, this should now be list of tables. This should be capital letter because it's an heading. So list of table, now they are already appearing here, but at the moment they are both empty and they are both 0. So to make sure it comes in there, so that they appear here, I'm just gonna go to, so normally you're in home, but you click on references and then here right above here under Acrobat you see insert table of figures, but you need to see this is list of tables, so you need to insert table of figures here. So you can see table of figures, that means it's a list of tables. You don't need to do anything, you just look at the preview. If that is okay, this is what you are looking for, list of table, but this is on the equation. You see equation 1, equation 2, so but it's not equation you're looking for. So come down here, change it from equation to tables. So I've selected table. Now the caption is looking fine. I will just click OK and see all the tables have come here. Sorry, they're the same text basically because I just inserted them as sample. Look at that, nicely inserted with their page numbering wherever they are. And importantly, if I hold on the control button and I click any, I will go to the table. Look at where the tables, the beautiful empty tables. Sorry, they are all empty. Then I will come back to list of figure. I want to do the same thing. Let's insert the list of figure right here. I will also click on insert table, but now I will change from equation to figure. You can see figure 1, figure that, the preview, the print preview and the web preview will show like this. This is how it will show in a PDF file because it will contain link, or if you convert it to a web page, there will be hyperlink. But in a Word document, this is how it's going to look like. Everything is looking fine. I don't want to modify, else you can modify, do a lot of changes, but let's leave that for another day. So I'm just going to click OK. automatically the list of figures are all here. I inserted all of them, I demonstrated how to do one with the online image here, but I did this before, and so that it's not taking our time when I'm inserting all the figures. So you can hold down the control button and click on any of this, it takes you there. This is where the figure is, figure 3.6.1. Now I have another one called list of equations. So I didn't make provision for this last time, so I'm just gonna say let this glossary be list of equations. So yeah, I have list of equations. All my equations need to show here. So yeah, I will come here. If you have not watched the first part of this video, you can go back and watch it, and then I will say insert table of figures. Now is on equation, which is what I'm actually looking for. So I will click OK without modifying anything or touching on the option. So look at that. So there's a problem here now. If you check here, the equation is also alongside the caption, which means it was not done properly. So I'm just going to go and edit that, but let's see if the equations are all correct. I'm just going to go to equation 5.3. so this is your equation 5.3, and go back to list of equations so that I can go down to on this equation 6.3, so I can correct that. So I'll click on that. Okay, so they are together. It's not supposed to be like this. A good example of figure. So anyway, this is not supposed to be a sum. I'm going to delete the caption because I want it to be above and not below it. How to insert the caption for an equation is just above it. So I'm just going to push this down a little bit, then the caption will be there. Insert caption. I will put this. You see it's still 6.3, but then I will now say insert caption, and then I'll save this and go up to where the list of equations was here, and then I will right click this and just say update entire table. So you can see, nicely done. Now everything is looking fine. Now it's not really if you go to any of the equations, this is not how it should be looking like. This is so tiny to read. You can choose how you want this formatting to look like. So you need to edit the captions. If you come here, and normally if you check here, there should be caption, which is this one. These are the captions. So I will just right click on that, click modify. I will choose this not to be gray, let it be dark. That is the normal. I don't want it, but I want it bold, and I don't want Arial is fine. I want it to be size 12 as well. Remember that you can choose this based on what recommendation is given, or the requirement of where you're going to publish your work, or the institution you are writing for has given you. So you can just click on this to space it out like this. You see the preview is actually showing it very clearly here. And yeah, maybe that's it, but you can play around, play with the other formatting options if it is required by your institution or organization. Now I'm fine with this. I will click OK and see how the magic will take place. All of them, look now, equation 3.5, look at it here now. That it has changed. Don't worry, it's looking different because they are not actually, currently there are no text at the moment. If not, you will see that it will look differently as a caption. I will go back up there and also double check if that table has changed or not table of content. Let me check if the caption for the images has changed. Look at that. Before it wasn't looking like this. All of the captions for the images have changed as well. Let's double check that of tables also. So let's just check table 2.2. Yeah, so the caption even for the tables have all changed because I changed the formatting, and that is just it. If you have any question, please leave a comment, and if you have not subscribed, try to subscribe for more tips. But this seems to be the end of the video. Just to recap that for you to use an automatic excuse me, for you to use an automatic list of figures and list of tables that will be navigable, you need to first of all insert your figure just using some online images randomly. Select the image, say insert, and then right click on it, say insert caption, and then type, say credit to where it came from. Now you can see it's already it is showing. It is when I'm typing, it's no longer giving me the previous type, it's giving me this, but this is not so let me copy out this caption first if I lost it. So this is not an equation, but it's a figure, so I'll put it on figure, and then I will just click OK. Then you see it's under the caption like that. The same thing applies for table, the same thing applies for equation. I hope this video was useful. If you are not sure of how I did one thing or the other, or if I was too fast, slow it down, change the speed. If I'm too slow for you, change the speed as well and make it faster so you can follow the video along still. But at the end of the day, this is where I'm going to stop. Thank you so much for coming around. See you again in the next video.